Question number 7. Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Transport. Does he think that his deep commitment to Northland has been demonstrated by the government cutting spending on Northland roads by $36 million, or nearly 30% over the last 5 years?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Absolutely. The member should stop cherry-picking his numbers between discrete years. This side of the House has invested $750 million since it's been in office, 40% more than that side of the House did when they were in government in Northland.
Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Phil Twyford.
I seek leave to table data from NZTA showing funding's been cut by 30% under national.
I just need to know, is that information that's freely available on the website?
It is on the NZTA website.
Then I won't be putting the leave. Members want it, they can get it. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What does it say about his deep commitment to Northland when he says that the 10 Northland bridge upgrades would not be going ahead now if it wasn't for the by-election?
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, I haven't said that. These bridges are for everyone, including Willow Jean Prime, even though the member would rather she stayed at home.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Will the government build the 10 bridges if National loses the by-election?
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, yes, because we are deeply committed to Northland. That's why we spent 40% to date more than the other side of the House, who haven't been to the regions in a very long time, who tend to keep themselves at the cafes of 2 or 3 cities only, and why we're spending some $2 billion into the future. We, unlike the other parties, back the regions and we back Northland to succeed.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Is he concerned about a backlash from local people who say that the first bridge on the list he announced yesterday is suspiciously close to the home of his own candidate? And can he reassure people that that was not a factor in making that bridge a top priority?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Simon Bridges.
Yes, I certainly can. The only backlash I heard about up north was about a dirty deal done between backroom doors by parties on the other side. But, Mr. Speaker, our candidate, it's radical I know, our candidate actually lives in Northland. He actually lives near those single-lane bridges, and he, like me, backs the north. We don't swan around from St Mary's Bay worrying about other parts.
Question's been answered. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
When the Prime Minister said yesterday that he didn't know if any cost-benefit analysis had been done on the 10 bridges, did he advise him that the cost of those bridges equates to about $10,000 per vote, according to recent polling? And does that meet or exceed his criteria for a fair return on investment of taxpayers' money?
Speaker.
Order. Honourable Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, the bridges stack up. That's why 3 of them have been concluded and completed in the regional land transport plans for some time. That's why I have seen the safety issues, the resilience issues firsthand, and why the people of Northland know they're needed and why we're backing that region.
Question number 8, Ron Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Transport.